Hi everybody, there are some things that I make most weeks and there's things that are really good to use up leftovers, and every week I try to make a jar of pesto to have in the fridge and I can use it in loads of different ways. So what I tend to do to make my pesto is I'll do a couple of handfuls of greens, and today I've got kale. So if you had some spinach left over or some rocket, or you know when you open a bag of leaves and you don't use them all, then you can always use that. So I'm going to pop in 3 handfuls of this kale, and the rest of the bag, what I'll probably do is rinse it and then I clean it, turn the bag over, and I'll pop it in the freezer and I can use it for smoothies. And it's really handy to have these greens about, and greens are so amazingly good for you, especially for your mental health. It's got lots of magnesium in them, which we need. It's our relaxation mineral, so it's going to help you feel relaxed, especially at this time. And then I've got a bag of basil. You can use any herb you want, preferably a soft herb, so you could make it out of parsley. You could do a mixture of parsley. You can do dill, which makes a really nice pesto to go on fish. You could use, I've got some sorrel in the garden, so you can use that, and sometimes I'll chuck a handful of sorrel in as well. So it tends to be the kind of thing that what you've got lying around in the house. Mint as well will go really nice in a pesto, and that's really, really nice, like when you dress new potatoes. And then a handful of nuts or seeds, traditionally pine nuts. I'm going to do 2 handfuls because I've got quite a lot of greens. So 2 handfuls of nuts. Traditionally pine nuts are used, but they're really expensive. So I tend to buy walnuts or cashew nuts, and I've got these ones from Lidl's and they're not expensive at all. Walnuts are great, full of omega-3 fats. So you're really getting a lot of the good stuff in this, and kids love pesto. It was kind of, I don't know, I think pesto sort of became mainstay with pasta about in the 90s, and it's a kind of traditional meal for kids, pesto and pasta. And then I'm going to put some lemon juice in here just for a bit of acidity. I'm going to put salt in. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt because I don't put cheese in my pesto. You can add cheese if you want, but I don't tend to put cheese in, and then we kind of put cheese on top of our pasta. And then I'm going to add some olive oil. Now I'm just going to drizzle it in for now to get it started, and then I will add more when I see the texture and the consistency. And I was very lucky to get this lovely olive oil for my birthday last weekend, and so it's absolutely delicious. So there we've got our greens. So we've got 2 to 3 handfuls of greens. We've got a bag of herbs. I had a bag of basil because I like the sort of traditional flavour. A couple of handfuls of nuts. I've used walnuts, but you can use cashew nuts, you can use almonds, you can use ground almonds. I've got, for acidity, I've got lemon juice. You could add vinegar, and then I've got some salt, and I'm going to whiz it up and see how it looks and tastes. So I had to add some more olive oil, so that's the consistency of mine. It's quite a nice drop in consistency. It goes paler in colour because the olive oil starts to emulsify. So I'm now just going to put it into my jar, and then I'll keep it in my fridge. And what I tend to do with pesto is I can add it into scrambled eggs in the morning. So if you scramble some eggs, add a dessert spoon of, I'm just going to put this in the sink. Okay, so I use pesto in lots of different ways. So I use it in scrambled eggs in the morning, and it's really delicious, and it will make an egg a lot more nutritious, but it will also make it go a lot further. And as our greens in this are full of iron, and our egg is full of iron, if you pair that with something with vitamin C, so like some cherry tomatoes, then you will get a really, really nutritious lunch, because the vitamin C will help you absorb the iron. So you can start scrambling your eggs, add in a tablespoon or a couple of tablespoons of pesto, a few half cherry tomatoes, and just scramble it as usual, and it's really delicious. You can spread it on a wrap before you add your fillings. You can make a lovely filling of roasted vegetables or cheese with some pesto. You can make a nice dressing by taking some of your pesto and adding a bit more olive oil, some vinegar and whisking it up. And my son's favourite salad is chopped up avocados with a pesto dressing, bacon and croutons, and that's his favourite. Salad. You can use it to put through new potatoes. I think I mentioned that before. Obviously, you can have it for pasta. If we make pizzas, we'll dollop some of the pesto onto the pizza so you've got that basil flavouring. And if you just top, every time you use it, top your jar with a little bit of olive oil. It should seal it and stop the air from getting in and for it going mouldy. So that should keep in your fridge for a good week or so. And you can always half it and freeze it if you want to. You can freeze pesto quite easily. And there we go. That took about 2 or 3 minutes. You should use up some of the greens you've got in your fridge. And it's a really delicious thing to have and very nutritious too.